Hi, it's Freshie with another Lost Ark Legion Raid guide. In this video I'm going over mechanics, notable patterns and attacks for Kakul Saydon Gate 3. Before the mechanics, few important things about the raid. For battle items, you will want to bring whirlwind grenades for stagger checks, sacred bomb to help your teammates remove fears and stunts from bosses' patterns, and any of the panacea, time stop and a swiftness robe. Before the raid, you need to decide in which order players will do the Mario games. There are 4 games and each player can only enter once. Mario 1 and 2 are easy, while 3 and 4 become more difficult. For sidereal skills, use Nineveh for damage and Inanna during Showtime mechanic if some players struggle to dodge bullets, and during a bingo if you fail the bingo mechanic to survive the AoE wipe. Gate 3 also has a madness meter, and unlike Gate 1 and Gate 2, there are certain mechanics that require you to transform into a puppet. At around 155 bars, the boss draws a pentagram on the ground which signals the first Mario mechanic. Assigned player for Mario 1 needs to prepare his madness meter at 50% before the mechanic. There are towers that get summoned periodically over the map. Stepping into their AoE will increase your madness meter each second. Once the mechanic starts, locate the flame tower that spawns somewhere on the map. Getting hit by the flames will increase your meter to 100%, which will transform you into a puppet. Once you transformed, use Q to throw a bomb on the flame tower to remove the armor buff, as your team must kill it shortly after. When the mechanic starts, you have around 15 seconds before the portal to the Mario game appears in the middle, so you don't need to go straight into the middle. Focus on dodging patterns in your puppet form and be ready to go into a portal, as you only have few seconds to enter. Inside Mario, you will notice a 1-minute countdown which indicates the time you have to complete it and exit. You move with left and right arrow keys. Q is used to destroy mobs and balls. W is for jumping and G to interact. Inside Mario, you can die by falling off of the map or getting killed by the mobs. When Mario game happens, one random player on the outside will have a specific colored symbol above their head. This indicates which colored balls the Mario player must destroy. To complete Mario mechanic, you need to destroy 3 same colored balls as indicated by the players outside and then exit through a portal at the end. During Mario game, other 3 players outside also have a mechanic. One random player gets imprisoned and boss appears on the opposite side. The remaining 2 players must run to the boss and stagger him to free the imprisoned player. On your way, there will be saws that you need to dodge, as getting hit will insta-kill you. If you successfully stagger the boss and nobody dies, you pass the first mechanic. At 130 bars, the second Mario begins. The principle is exactly the same as the first Mario mechanic. Assigned player needs to prepare his meter to 50% before the mechanic with the random towers that appear on the map. After mechanic starts, find flame tower and get your meter to 100%. When you turn into a puppet, throw Q on the flame tower. While preparing your gauge, be careful of the hooks coming diagonally. Go inside the portal and enter Mario game. Inside Mario, destroy 3 same colored balls indicated by players outside and make your way towards the exit portal. Mario 2 also has flame towers and flying missiles that you need to jump over, so take your time and be careful. At the same time, 3 remaining players on the outside need to do the same stagger check. 1 player is imprisoned, while 2 need to run to the boss, dodging hooks. There will be a lot of hooks, so take your time dodging them. Complete the stagger, and if nobody died, you successfully pass mechanic number 2. At around 90 bars, the Showtime mechanic begins after the cutscene. Gather at 6 o'clock and start running together or alone to the side. 2 players will have targets above their head. These are targets for the AoE attacks. 1 random player will be targeted by a big yellow cone. After the cone, boss will do a variety of donut attacks on the outer arena. After that, he will start firing the bullets and rotating either clockwise or counterclockwise for a full 360-degree spin, then coming back in the opposite direction with a 180-degree spin. You need to react fast to dodge the bullets, as getting hit deals damage and increases madness meter. Or you can simply use Sidereal Inanna and ignore the bullet rotation completely. After bullet rotation, the person that got targeted by the first yellow cone at the start of the mechanic needs to be ready to position himself in front of big bombs that appears. This will make boss shoot the bomb and destroy it. Second bomb will appear on the exact opposite side of the first, so be quick to run on the opposite side. After the bombs, group up on any edge of the arena. run together in the same direction to dodge random patterns that follow you by 4 targets. If you have classes with slow movement speed, use marching flag or a swiftness rope. If everyone has survived after this, you pass the third mechanic. At around 80 bars, the third Mario game starts. Same principle applies as before. Assigned player prepares his meter to 50% before the mechanic with random towers that appear on the map. After mechanic starts, find flame tower and get your meter to 100%. When you turn into a puppet, throw Q on the flame tower. When portal appears, go in and start the Mario game. Third Mario game is much harder than the previous 2 stages. More enemies and more obstacles that will disrupt you. The goal remains the same. Destroy 3 orbs with the same color indicated by the team outside and exit through a portal. In the description I will link all 4 Mario runs, so refer to that for a full run. On the outside, again, same principle. 1 player is imprisoned, 2 players must run to the opposite side and stagger the boss while dodging both hooks and saws. After the stagger, if nobody is dead, you successfully pass the 4th mechanic. At around 55 bars, 4th Mario game starts. Same principle applies as before. Assigned player prepares his meter to 50% before the mechanic with random towers that appear on the map. After mechanic starts, find flame tower and get your meter to 100%. When you turn into a puppet, throw Q on the flame tower. When portal appears, go in and start Mario game. 4th Mario requires great spatial awareness. There will be 4 balls with the same color and you only need to destroy 3. Before you start moving, you need to spot all 3 same colored balls, as you can see the whole stage in the background. Map your progress and movement ahead of time, dodge obstacles and destroy mobs and balls, and find portal to the exit. Again, in the description you can find all 4 Mario runs, so refer to that for easier navigation. On the outside, 1 player is imprisoned, while 2 players must stagger the boss while dodging hooks and saws. When you reach the boss, there will be 2 levers, one above and one below the boss. You need to pull the levers before staggering the boss. Upon touching the lever, you become stunned and you need to do the typing mechanic as seen on Vika's Gate 3. You have 8 seconds to complete it, so take your time and don't fail. If you fail 1 lever, you won't be able to stagger the boss and everyone dies. If you manage to pull 1 lever but fail the second one, you can use V if you have it available to stagger the boss. If everyone survived, you passed all the mechanics and you can push him down to 0 to trigger the final mechanic. At 0 bars, the boss transitions the raid into a new arena and starts bingo mechanic. The boss will have 77 bars and your sidereals are fully refreshed upon entry. If you wipe here, you have to go back to the beginning of the whole raid. You will notice that there are 5x5 tiles and 2 tiles at random will be marked with white skulls. Every 30 to 40 seconds, 1 random player will be marked with a bomb. Few seconds after, the bomb will drop on the tile the player was standing and create a cross-shaped pattern of white skulls. If another white skull was already in the range of the bomb, that white skull gets removed. The main gimmick is that exactly on every 3rd bomb drop, you need to create a bingo, which means 5 white skulls in a line. This will grant you immunity to the wipe AoE and the boss also loses 10 HP bars. If you fail to create a bingo on the 3rd bomb, you have 1 time get out of jail free card by using Inanna. If the boss is under 10 bars, use Nineveh to finish him. After making bingo, skulls become red. They stay permanently and cannot be removed with new bombs. Both white and red skulls deal damage and increase madness meter. Focus on making bingo on the outer tiles to have more space later on. But if you have a second monitor, you can cheese this whole mechanic by having bingo practice tool, which is available on the max roll in the link in the description. Simply open the tool, select assistant mode and then check in game where are your 2 initial white skulls. Then click on the bingo tool, those exact positions, and it will tell you 3 possible spots to drop the bomb. After each click, it refreshes next bomb with 3 new best positions. Always select option number 1 as it makes the most efficient bingo patterns. You have 30 to 40 seconds between each bomb and DPS is almost never a problem in this final stage, so you have time to alt tab and use bingo tool. Moving on to notable patterns. Players get a red pentagram underneath them. also indicated in the debuffs above mana bar. These players need to run into the 2D flames at the edge of the arena to lower their HP to about 20%. After 15 seconds your HP gets flipped and you technically get healed. Every time someone turns into a puppet during a non-mechanic, boss gets a buff. During this curse pattern, he does damage to everyone for each stack of that buff. If boss leans with eyes above his right knee, laser goes clockwise. If he leans with eyes above his left knee, laser goes counterclockwise. Boss spins and teleports to the middle. Horizontal and vertical lines appear. Stand in the safe spot. This is a good chance to use Nineveh as the boss is standing still. In Bingo mechanic, 2 giant hammers appear with red indicators in a row or a column. They will hit. They one-shot, so make sure to use Sacred Grenade or a Sacred Charm to free players from stuns. In a Bingo mechanic, the boss teleports to the another position and after short duration gazes at someone. Turn away or you will get feared. And that covers everything you need to know to successfully pass Kakul Gate 3. It is a very chaotic raid, but it doesn't need to be difficult. Hopefully this guide helps you in clearing the raid. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know in the comments. Special thanks to Maxroll for letting me use their footage and clips for the video. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.